Hi, Dennis here. I was looking at a podcast of Joe Rogan the other day where he was talking to Dan Harris about his panic attack during Good Morning America, I thought it was. And the conversation went that Dan Harris had a panic attack, and he said the panic attack came from his ecstasy and cocaine abuse. I found this really intriguing because I had panic attacks myself, many anxiety attacks. And in that period of my life, I also used cocaine and ecstasy. So I could really relate to this subject because for about 10 years now, I've helped hundreds of people one-on-one and a lot more in groups or through online courses with their breathing problems or problems related to breathing. And in my opinion, ecstasy and cocaine are really good examples in products which create that you breathe even more. So what am I saying here is that when you breathe too much air in and out, you get less oxygen, paradoxically, into the brain. And if you hyperventilate, and then when you hyperventilate, you normally hyperventilate all day. Only there are specific points where you breathe more than normally. For example, you breathe more at night, then there's also a possibility you can get sleep apnea later on in life. Because what happens when you lie down, you breathe almost all the time with your mouth open, and your carbon dioxide levels go down, even more, about 3%, and then the body shuts down your breathing for a couple of seconds or even longer. And your body does this to help you out. So to get back to ecstasy and cocaine, what happens with those kinds of drugs, your heart rate goes up and your breathing goes up. So you tend to breathe more air in and out than you normally do. So when you have hyperventilation going on and you have other things going on in your life, and what I thought I heard from Dan Harris was that he had also some trauma going on with examples in wars which he's seen, etc. Then the trigger can be a product which creates that you breathe even more, but it's not the source. And I think this is a really interesting point, that in our Western society we tend to point a finger at products, or we give medicine to help to get rid of the symptoms, but not the source is taken care of. So then when the source is not taken care of, but you take medicine, or for example you stop using the products like drugs or like a lot of caffeine or other products which create even more breathing, the source didn't go away. So in this example, when you take away the ecstasy or cocaine, then you still hyperventilate, and then you still can get arousal or anxiety, or but not that many times. But when you take ecstasy and cocaine, your heart rate goes up, your breathing goes up, you breathe even more, and then even more disbalance occurs, and then you can get triggered when there is when you have more stress than normally, or when you feel more emotional than normally, or when you have like a flu going on, or in other words, when you have a little less balance than normally, then you can go over the edge, and then you can get into a panic attack or an anxiety attack. Okay, I don't want to make this video too long, but I hope I pointed out that the source is with panic attacks and anxiety attacks is almost never drugs or drug-related products. And drug-related products In my opinion, sugar is a drug, caffeine is a drug, ecstasy, cocaine, heroin, LSD, you can name it, they're drugs. And for me, it's not the source of the problem. I hope I helped you out, and see you next time. Bye bye.